Hello everyone, I am here doing an achievement guide for Tychus's buy achievement. If you don't know what that is, that's where you need to buy all of his upgrades for 20 minutes on either hard or brutal difficulty. I'm going to be doing this one completely solo, meaning my ally is not going to help me at all. You notice that he has already left the game, and no SCV's mined, and one SCV was built, so that way I didn't get any bonus resources from him. I'm also doing it on brutal. You could do it on hard. Of course, hard would make it maybe a little easier because it's easier to stay alive on the map. And even on some maps, you'll have an extra mineral patch at your expansion, which reminds me why I picked lock and load, and that is because in lock and load you have 6 mineral patches at your expansion. Previously I had done this achievement on void thrashing, and on brutal on void thrashing you only have 5 mineral patches at your expansion. It's still doable, but you have a much tighter window. I think I ended up getting it at like 19 minutes and 50 seconds or something like that. So only like 10 seconds to spare, whereas in this map we'll have a lot more time than that. Anyway, let's get into the build. So first we're going to build a command center at our rocks as soon as possible, while continuing constant SCV production. And then we get our gas. After our gas, we will build the muscle armory, and this will be to build Rattlesnake as soon as he's available. With Rattlesnake and Tychus, we will clear our expansion rocks and start going on the map. Since this is lock and load, I will need to use my ally's units, and so I just will use his SCVs to do that, to take control of the locks and so forth.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
The main thing to do, or to remember on this playthrough, is to always be building SCVs until you're fully saturated. It's the most important part. This achievement really is an exercise in macro, and that's one of the most basic macro principles that there are. We're not going to saturate our gases until we have full mineral saturation, and that's just because to do this achievement you really don't need as much gas as you do minerals. And so you'll notice me queuing up a bunch of workers, and that's because, well, we don't need to spend that money on anything else, because we're not getting gas, we're not getting engineering bays. We're going to cut some other corners as well, such as we're not going to be getting any medevac platforms, and we're not going to be building any fixers, so that saves us from having to build the fixer recruitment building, the fixers, what's it called? The fixers safe house. As far as what to do with your heroes, the main thing is just not to lose them, and so that may require a little bit of micro, but hopefully not too much. I almost just lost Tychus there, I wasn't paying too much attention to it. And I grabbed a wrong SCV, I want this one. So I can capture the lock. And we just continue SCV production. And we can even start some of our upgrades, so I'll get the Rattlesnake healing upgrade, and I'll even get the building that will allow me to recruit the guns, which is called the Gunslinger's Hideout, because my next outlaw will be Sirius, which is the Warhound. Okay, so I should transfer guys. I want to have even distribution on my bases. Once I have full saturation, I can start working on my gases, and after I get the gases set up and fully saturated, I will basically be done with macro. Another upgrade that's important to get would be pretty much every Tychus upgrade is worthwhile to get early, and so I'll probably prioritize those at first. Okay, so I'm going to start getting my gases since I have enough saturation otherwise. So I did get Zerg. It's a little unfortunate because Zerg will have cloaked enemies guarding the locks, and so I'll actually have to wait for Sirius before I can really push forward. Alright, so it looks like I am going to be done building SCVs now. Got 2 going to that gas, it'll be fully saturated, and 1 more going to that gas. And so now I'm fully set up on all my bases.
Not enough minerals.
And so I'm getting serious here for detection. He's going to be my only detection throughout this mission because, again, I'm not going to be buying any fixers because I want to cut the corner of not having to buy their building. Now, this is not the only way to do the achievement. You can actually get by with building fixers. You can get by with building engineering bays and maybe even one medevac platform. This is just probably the greediest way to do it. I'm going to see how quickly I can get all of the upgrades. That'll buy you some wiggle room.
Not enough minerals.
I may actually go ahead and buy one more SCV just so I can control the locks without using my main heroes. I think I cleared this entirely. We'll see in just a second. Looks like I have. Cool. So essentially, as far as upgrades go, I'm going to prioritize Tychus' upgrades. The first two upgrades for Sirius, which is our Warhound, and the first two upgrades for the Marauder. Still have a while before we recruit our next Outlaw, which will probably be either Cannonball or Crooked Sam. Oh, and then I realize I'm not actually capturing this lock. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab one more SCV here. It's a little unfortunate. I could use my Odin to clear this, but it's not really necessary. I'm actually going to save the Odin for in case I lose Tychus at some point due to my bad micro.
What's going on? Go ahead. Don't provoke me. Walk the walk. Whatever.
So I can go ahead and get Crooked Sam now.
What's in it for me?
Each lock we activate slows Amon's progress. We must continue.
Keep it up.
Again, if I'm in a situation where I have to lose an Outlaw, I will lose Tychus because I can revive him with the Odin. Doesn't cost any minerals to do that.
And begin to destabilize Ulmo.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get that top block
Let's go.
and continuing to upgrade my Outlaws.
What's going on?
The Celestial Lock is under Amon's control. Your objective is to reclaim it before it overloads.
Bark all day.
Your forces are under attack. Our ally must be present to claim the objective.
What's it? Don't waste my time. A man's gotta do what
Okay, so we have 6 minutes left. We still have one more Outlaw to recruit, and just a couple more upgrades left. I may need to use the Odin here, because I'm going to be split between 2 different attack waves. Worst case scenario, they capture a lock that I just retake. I'm not rushing to finish the mission. I have to wait until I get all my upgrades anyway.
I didn't hear no magic word. What's bad news? What's in it for me?
Our SCVs are under attack. Our allies
Oh,
are being
lost one of my SCVs. There's Cannonball. With Cannonball, you definitely want to get the second upgrade right away because that'll increase his survivability. Make it where if he dies, he will come back right away, so you won't have to worry about rebuying him or fighting with only 4 outlaws. I'm also going to go ahead and get the bonus. Of course, this isn't necessary. Even winning the mission isn't necessary. But I have extra time to kill. I'm just waiting to get resources for all of the upgrades. Not too many left to go. I actually don't know what this circle does. I haven't played this map too much. But usually you want to avoid circles that the enemy throws out. Alright, so there's the bonus. And now all I have to do is just, well, make sure I don't die in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Or actually, looks like only 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Only 2 more upgrades left, or 3 more upgrades left, so hopefully it won't take that much longer. I'm just going to sit here in the middle of the map, defend. Oh, there goes my SCVs. I don't need them anymore.
Amon's forces are moving to seize the celestial lock.
Oh, that was a broodling threatening that lock just a second ago. Okay, 2 more upgrades, and we have over 2 minutes left. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and head back up there. Do I have any? Yeah, still have an ally SCV.
Our foe has captured one of the locks. Reclaiming it is your main
Just need 1 more upgrade, which is about 1,000 more minerals. Notice we're banking a lot of gas, so if we could probably do this even faster if we just neglect to get a 4th gas. Or at least delay our 4th gas maybe a little longer. Alright, so we can probably go ahead and afford the upgrade in just a second, and that'll be it. We'll have it with almost a minute to spare. There it is, 1902. And there's our upgrade. And that's the achievement. Again, to make this achievement easier, what you could do would be to, well, 1, work with an ally that can give you resources, such as Kerrigan or Swan. 2nd is play on hard instead of brutal. A lot of hard maps will give you an extra mineral patch at the expansion. Although I suppose I already have that benefit since Lock and Load's special and has 6 mineral patches at the expansion, even on brutal. 3rd is you can play with a slightly higher level commander. I'm actually playing with a level 14 Tychus. Well, technically it's a mastery level Tychus, but I did not assign any mastery points, and I'm not buying the big red button. So I'm effectively a level 14 Tychus. With a higher level Tychus, you have mastery points, and they wouldn't really help too much. Maybe you could get the outlaw availability bonus and the bonuses for Tychus himself. That'll help clearing the map a little easier. You'll get your outlaws faster. But overall, that shouldn't help you too much, which is why I went ahead and just didn't assign them at all. So now let's see if I can actually finish the map. But of course, the achievement's done, so let me go ahead and build some things that I would normally build to help me complete this mission without too much issue.